Alright. Are we online? Alright. Are we streaming? Yay! Alright. We are streaming. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Democrats Get Probed by Mueller stream. Sorry about the delay. It's having technical difficulties. Apparently, my stream key was completely switched around. But let us pop right into having some fun. And this is just gonna be a laid back stream. Gonna see if I can talk to anybody about the probe. Now everybody knows why the Mueller probe came about, don't they? And that was the juicy Steele dossier that was envisioned and cooked up by the Hillary Clinton campaign. And I don't know if anybody knows, but there has been an investigation opened up to Ukrainian collusion with the Clinton campaign in 2016 to try to smear and have Donald Trump lose the election. So watch out for that one to come out in the press very, very soon. But let's head over to a hashtag. And we will see if anybody has been going nuts. Are you serious? I'm reading this for the first time. The Hill. Pelosi rejects any classified briefings on the Mueller report. Oh my lord, what is this? Any classified briefings on the Mueller report? She deemed open briefings on the report, rejecting any attempt by the department. Oh my lord. I mean, that's good. Transparency. I mean, Donald Trump even said that he wants to see it fully out in public as himself, so why not? Let's go. Anyway, this is funny though. Rachel Maddow crying. It's just such a shock to all these people. I know there's this one guy I work with. I'm not gonna say his name, but he has been in the tank for he's guilty. He's an evil man. He should be impeached, and it's just gonna rock his world. He's just not gonna understand. And what they to people who can't accept that reality because they've accepted a different version of reality. They've been watching a different movie. They're just gonna have to make. They're gonna make up another excuse, and it's just gonna keep going. They're gonna cling to the House investigations and the Southern District of New York prosecution investigation or whatever. But those are just sideshows. Those are even more circumstantial and in the satellite of uh, of people around Trump. It's not even closer in. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just they're going to try to look at business dealings, taxes. No, it's not going to work. Hmm. Liberals trying to explain how no evidence of collusion doesn't mean that there's no evidence of collusion. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where'd your weird leader is going to prison? Oh my. See, people like this is just delusional. Delusion, delusion, delusion. Meetings, lies. See, a lot of this is just still people just butthurt. there'll be a big cover-up of the Mueller. Let's wait and watch. This make this time. Oh my god. These people, they just can't accept it. All the people who are just tweeting, like, Mueller, like, is gonna, like, bring out the real goods. It's just hilarious. It's so good I had to get my asthma medication. Oh, man. Fake news, AP. Excuse me. Mumbling something about the beach house, Bernie, and eat the cat poop. Detailed report on the investigation of Barron Trump. Okay. Are you serious? Okay, but I really have loved Janine. Yeah. Maybe that's why maybe they knew it was coming, so they didn't want Janine to be ass blasting the Mueller probe with her opening statement. Maybe that's why she was suspended, because, you know, she'd be ass blasting the probe tonight. Should be, yeah, I'm one of them. Yeah. Trump was one of these people. He's one of the 87%. Why are people so dead set on the idea that he wants to hide all this information when he says he wants to be so public about it? Numbers is making the rounds talking about how the Mueller exonerates Trump and no one had seen it yet. Well, when you know that there's no more indictments coming, it's just a summation of who has already been indicted and for what. Really enjoying the calm before the storm. See, these people are delusional. Husband of Monica, doggy, daddy, artist, vegan. This guy looks like a soy boy. Oh, yeah. Soy boy. See, why would he have... What is that? It looks like a dress. The bottom of a dress. No, it's a fist? Oh, it's a fist. Sorry, it's all sideways. I was seeing like a ruffle, whatever. But, anyway. Let's move on. Waldo, where's Waldo? Trump, where's Trump? Trump for... See, these people are just dead set. This is just toxic. This hashtag is just toxic. This is just where the idiots are going. And then you have some of these gems, like, this is hilarious.
To do that Bill Barr stopped Mueller from doing. And that's fascinating, because everybody would like to hear that from Robert Mueller as well as from Bill Barr. But at this point, it's only Bill Barr who is speaking on Mueller's behalf. Robert Mueller is still, at this point, publicly silent, as he has been from the very beginning. Although we'll have more on that in a moment. So here's more from the letter, though. Quote,
that's just sad. Oh, Lord. Anyway, if anybody's drinking out there, there's a sip to you. Oh. Let's go to the no collusion hashtag. No need for the volume on the faces to tell it all. Ha! Ha ha! Diamonds. Oh, Lord. This is big trouble and he knows it. Oh, Lord. I don't think I can handle Alec Baldwin right now. And all I got was this lousy t-shirt. That's a good one. Oh, yeah, there's this smug little bastard. Look at this little guy. Look at this smug little bastard. It's like, ugh. It's creepy as hell. Ah, yes. This is hilarious. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Yeah, everybody deserves a good laugh. We all deserve a good laugh. Now kiss my ass. The like, if you look back on it, in essence, the Mueller probe should never have happened because there should never have been a FISA warrant in the first place. If Rod Rosenstein was actually doing his job, I don't know why he rubber stamped that and not allowed that to go through. That's the one leftover blaring question, and it makes no sense as to why he's still there. But the FISA warrant went through so they could start spying on Trump, so then they could gather information while they were setting him up, because then they were able to do they were able to bring in the Russian operative who did the Trump Tower meeting. Loretta Lynch okayed that woman's travel visa. That tarmac meeting was not all it seemed to be now, and that's a glaring thing that is in question. I think Loretta Lynch needs to come back and testify again. I think she needs to be cross-referenced because I think she lied when she came in to testify. Well, like close to maybe about almost a year and a half ago now, she went in to testify behind closed doors. So I think she needs to come back and testify again. But anyway, it's starting to get a little hot under the collar for Hillary Clinton because they opened up an investigation with her campaign in possible collusion with Ukraine to dig up dirt or even possibly create information that would be thrown into the Steele dossier, which then would be used against Donald Trump. So we're getting into some hot water here. So it's going to be interesting. Sorry. But, where is it? So I think maybe let's pop over to actually maybe YouTube. YouTube, yeah. And maybe Stefan Molyneux, like, listen to Stefan Molyneux's breakdown of this and then, like, pause and critique and analyze it as long as we go here. So let's listen to what he has to say too. Because I love watching Stefan Molyneux. He's one of my favorites.
So just yesterday, Attorney General Bill Barr received Robert Mueller's final report on Russiagate, on the alleged collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government, Russian intelligence agencies, Russian actors, and so on, that helped discredit the DNC and Hillary Clinton and sweep Donald Trump into the White House. And tens of millions of...
Hopefully there's no copyright as I'm playing. I guess I just had to pause it every once in a while and just like talk to you.
Dollars have been spent. Almost 2 years. What has he got?
Oh yeah, that's right. How they've wasted all this money. Like, how can the Democrats justify the amount of money that's been wasted with this investigation? I mean, and then they want to just expand it and do some more.
Got as he waded in to find all of this collusion? Well, he netted 199 criminal charges. There were 37 indictments or guilty pleas and 5 prison sentences.
But for no Russian collusion.
None of them related to Russia collusion. It turns out when you wander into the swamp with a fistful of vengeful potential indictments, you can find people doing bad things. You can find people.
You can indict a ham sandwich. So there's no way that he wasn't going to indict somebody for something. And Paul Manafort, money laundering 10 plus years ago, 12 years ago now at this point. Good. Get him for money laundering. That's bad. Not allowed to do that. There's nothing to do with Russian collusion.
People doing money laundering. You can find people, for process crimes like lying to the FBI and so on. But yeah, he netted some people, but nothing to do with the actual trigger. Now, what was the trigger? Let's cast our mind back. So the trigger was the Steele dossier. Steele sounds like, what, Remington Steele? It sounds like a very spy-y kind of name. And dossier makes it...
I know. This guy was like the fakest of the fakest British agents. He probably took Johnny English level styles of spy courses to get his license.
Sound seriously vetted, which it wasn't, certainly at the time. So the Steele dossier was a truly salacious and shocking series of memos.
It was literally just, what's that book from that movie Mean Girls? It was just that book of like bad stuff about each other or something like that. And it was like hidden away, but like then it was used to like blackmail people. Yeah.
Alleging many, many terrible things, among which was collusion between President Donald Trump and his campaign and Russia. And the Steele dossier, of course, was eventually published by BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed spilled the beans, which they weren't supposed to, but they were just so deranged and consumed by their derangement syndrome, their Trump derangement syndrome, that they just had to publish it. And that's when the downward spiral started to happen.
Now, where did the Steele dossier come from? Well, it was unvetted, paid-for opposition research. The Hillary Clinton
Of course, we all know that.
campaign and the Democratic National Committee helped fund the research that resulted in the Steele dossier. Now, the Steele memo, a dossier, began, and I quote, Russian regime
has been cultivating and supporting a system. See, this is what their main basis was. The Russian government was coordinating with Trump before the election and deep within his party or deep within his campaign, and then through the uses of hackers, they'd get damning information on the DNC and other people. They would buy sock puppet accounts and bot accounts and spread pro-Trump stuff around. Then they would hack the polls and hack the election and stop people's votes from going through, and then or change them with Trump. This is what the main accusations were, that they completely and utterly handed the election to Donald Trump. And now it's just completely, utterly fallen apart, and they've gotten Paul Manafort on 7.5 years worth of process crimes and money laundering, and that's the most they're going to get. Roger Stone's probably going to walk now. Flynn's going to walk now. All the other people have already served. Papadopoulos served his time in jail. I think Cohen, isn't that a separate issue, but he's going to jail for about 3 years soon. It's all just done and dusted. I mean, might as well just put on celebrate good times. Oh wait, that's probably gonna get copyrighted now because even the singing will hit the copyright. But I don't monetize any of my videos, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway. Jesse Waters, they took me down. Yeah, this girl was, she had her account suspended because she tweeted out that image of her crying, and that's and that's pretty shitty by Twitter. You can't pick on somebody because they're an idiot. That's what everybody. See, here's the thing. That's picking on somebody is what 5-year-olds do, or like when it's warranted. But these lefties are 5-year-olds. They act like 5-year-olds, and they pick on everybody. But then once they get picked on, they start crying. It's like that gif of the woman shoveling poo over the wall, and then when it gets shoveled back, it's like, oh my god, you're hurting me. I'm like, yeah, well, if you gotta get what you get, you get what you give. So, but but yeah, sorry about the delay on this stream. Sorry it's a little bit low energy. I've been up for an hour and a half trying to figure out how to stream, so I've lost a little bit of my oomph. Turns out the stream key was completely different, so it wasn't even connecting to my YouTube account, but it's all fixed. But no collusion, no more indictments, so nobody else is going to be connected to anything. Mueller had to get something done because it was necessary to justify the amount of time that was taken, and he flipped over every single rock. He looked at everybody. I mean, I guarantee you, he looked at what underpants Donald Trump wears, and trust me, Trump was pissed, and that's probably why he was tweeting all the time about it. He probably had people coming in and investigating everything about him and his family. How would you like that under the basis of just bullshit, fake information, just made up for an idea that was made up 24 hours after your opponent was defeated, because that's when John Podesta and that other campaign aide for Hillary Clinton thought up of the entire collusion storyline to begin with. So, being succumbed to that kind of an attack, like the attack on your character, the attack on your your devotion to the country, it's quite slimy. So, hopefully, there will be some comeuppance, and some of the people I follow are going to say, "Don't you worry, the real storm is about to hit." And I honestly do believe that is going to be happening. So I am going to be sitting back and waiting and watching, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be very, very fun. But maybe I should have made a video, not a stream, because by now all my buddies who I wanted to have join are now off doing something else or asleep. But now, what does this imply about his his approval rating? For the past 2 years, Trump has been under the constant pressure of possibly being in under the gun of impeachment, and then getting indicted after his presidency for getting aid from a foreign power. But he's been fighting back against that, and his approval rating has been hovering in the mid-40s for God knows how long. His approval rating is going to crack 50. Legitimately, it's going to crack 50. You're going to see the Rasmussen poll saying he's at like 56% or something, like highest Trump ratings ever, 56% or something, but that's the outlier. Just like 6 Seconds Hammer says, show me the aggregate. I think it is aggregate numbers. you'll see them go up to around between 48 and 50%. That's where his numbers now are like 44, 45. I think he'll shoot up by 5 or 6 points. Go to like, yeah, 49, 50%. I can see that happening. Not right away. But once this sinks in, once they hammer that home, make everybody understand that it's all BS, especially because if Trump pushes hard to get this thing completely open to the public, the Democrats like stupid Swalwell, who was on the these Tonight shows the other night, saying that, oh well, Trump won't be able to like hide things or redact things, like we want to see it all public, when Trump already beat you to the punch. He said he wants to see it public before you did. Now, why would someone, if he knew that he was in trouble, and then it's like some kind of like super duper fake out, but the facts are the facts, so I don't know how he'd be able to get around it. But why would he for 2 years say, yeah, I want to see it? Yeah, like, come on, you gotta get this over with. Show the people what you found out. Show the people what you found out. I'm innocent. Like, he's a no collusion. Like, he's maintained his innocence 100% of the time. 100% of the time. And innocent people profusely will profess their innocence, and it's to the point of almost desperation. But a criminal will be able to fake it too. But a criminal will break. A criminal will like falter. An innocent person will just completely rail it every single time. And I mean, that's just from my own personal experience from dealing with people. But to each his own, and you could just dismiss that. But I mean, 100% of the time he said no collusion. I have not had anybody try to collude with Russia. That's a stupid question to ask. I mean, there's bigger things to worry about. So, I think Trump's approval ratings will go up. This is the right around the outside of the start of the election season. So, for the Democrats, this summer it's going to come off. It's going to start off on the wrong foot, especially if they try to keep pushing the now false narrative that Trump colluded with Russia. And if they say, oh, well, you have to wait until we actually see the report, you have to wait until we see the report, if there's no more indictments coming, then that means there's nobody else important. And there is no Russian collusion. There is no indictments for Russian collusion. So, bye. Done. Trump's approval ratings will go up. The Democrats will then just get desperate and start more infighting. They've already started attacking each other. So this summer and fall is going to be a bloodbath. Next summer, next fall, complete and utter shambles. The DNC is going to be, the convention in 2020. Oh my, that's gonna be interesting. You know what? I'd like to see maybe if I can go to the Republican convention. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Run into some people there. Maybe run into Owen Schroyer or something from Infowars. See, I love Owen Schroyer. He's a cool guy. We've actually conversed a little bit. I actually helped him out on something. But no, he's a cool guy. But geez, what's going on right now with Infowars is crazy. All the censorship, and that's another thing. Trump said he's gonna start protecting students for freedom of speech, and he's got a lot on his plate, but I think he's got something in the works when it comes to online censorship. because he's already addressed what's happened to his chief of communications, I think, and how his Twitter account's been throttled, or his Facebook account's been hidden or throttled or something, and he directly called out the social medias. So hopefully he actually pays a lot more attention and actually accelerates his possible executive orders or legislation when it comes to social media censorship. But I think what we'll do is, since it's getting a little bit, yeah, it's about 1:15. I know I've been only streaming for half an hour, but my spark has been drained from me tonight from the fiasco from earlier from trying to get this to work. But I think what I'll do is I'll make a follow-up video about the Mueller probe and how it started and where it wound its way through to where it ended, and then to how the Democrats are going to be moving those goalposts to the House sideshow investigations. So anyway, I think we'll end this stream here, and I'll just anybody who wants to chat, I'll chat with you on the other social medias. So Swamp Cleaner. Yesterday was a good day. This weekend we have a lot of reasons just to sit back, relax, have a drink or two, watch the Liberals' heads explode for 48 hours, and then get back to work on Monday. So, I'll see you guys later. Swamp Cleaner out.